Hello, everyone. I'm Patrick Morehead, and I'm here with Stanislav Krawczyk, also known as StanDarkArt on Instagram. So, thanks, Stan, for coming on the podcast.
Yep,
I've been a huge fan of yours for years, actually. Um, so it's a great pleasure to finally meet you.
thank you.
Um, so um, so I guess the first thing I want to ask you about is well, I know that you had a collaboration with the black metal artist Xaster, um, and so I wanted to ask you how was that collaboration over that record and so forth?
Well, I have my dark memories in the past, and this was like always with me, even before I start create my own style. And when I was in art school in college, I don't have any, specific style. I have only my drawing that I need to do for school and for college. And for me, it was important very much as an artist to create for myself a different type of, you know, art that I can express myself more. And of course, it was for through the music. And I was more into the metal, but the simple metal music for me was too annoying and not so complex like depressive suicidal black, and it was very underground for such. And I was always surrounded. Even when I meet with Scott, I told him if I have somehow music in my mind, it will be my drawings. So it's like we like I told him, so we like look twin brothers. Only he expressed his pain and darkness through music. I express my feeling through the paper. And I was it was so inspirational period when I uh, listened only this kind of music. I was in hospital. I was through my painful experience, and I don't remember what exactly the album it was, but it was my first black metal that I listened, and somehow I recreate and see in my mind already a picture of what I exactly want to draw. And after I listen his second album or like all this discography, so I begin like step by step create my own drawings portfolio. For these days, it's not even call anyone, and I don't show anyone. I just hide, but that's why it's like I when if I have in my mind a dream list. So first in this dream list was, of course, somehow create black metal music for transform black metal music into the sketches. And then if I good in this one, so meet somehow with Scott and create for him cover.
Okay, interesting. Yeah. Um, so um, would you say that that is just um primarily for that record you worked on, or is that like
Well, it was only like a dream. I never planned for it's always every drawings that I did in every portfolio that I made. It was only for me. It was my personal sketches. My book, it was like only for me. It's not always for somebody. I never imagined that I have any opportunity to have a show. So, or exhibit any form of my art anywhere. not only for it. So it was only personal. And I believe when I moved here, when I was in Los Angeles, first or of 10 sketches was inspiration because of this. And somehow, yeah, I just keep it. I move this portfolio with me, and I believe Scott chose from the list exactly this one. And spontaneously, it was created for them. Yeah, I don't remember exactly what track it was. What
Mm-hmm.
exactly because music always in my head. I even don't need to listen any new stuff. So I don't even I always have the same, like, I have like 5 or 10 albums, and it's always like in my head, and it's just, I don't need repeat myself or something. I always in this mood.
Right. Okay. So, you post a lot of work on Instagram, of
Yep.
course, and so I wanted to ask you about um, how do you choose, I guess, a work to post online, uh, and if you even discard any drawings.
Well, how speak simple, how my process is go on, and what exactly, well, how my day with all these drawings, how all this works. Well, uh, I have like all list of drawings is like a one emotion. I'm never titled it any drawings. It's like a full one deep and one shape of one black color. So it's only one emotion. I believe the dark art, it's like uh, some kind of form of limitation. It's like a vacuum. You can do this one or this one. It's like a one complete and and defect room when you work. But in this form of limitation, I have possibility. For example, I don't see well color palette, so I can tell you that I have a boss surgery on my eyes, and I see like very bad. And this kind of limitation give me opportunity to create more different complex palette of blackness. And limitation is because of my arms already paralyzed very much, especially my left arm and different arms. So to create this form of sketches, I need to, you know, choose what exactly I do, not for just particular time, but like for week and months. So it's like a full big list of drawings. And I create for myself a schedule where I take like 50 or 60 or even 100 drawings for every day or every week. So it's like one. It can be one blank paper, or it can be 10, or it can be even 100. And I just made 10 list of different sketches and keep drawing. And every day I try to make as much as possible from one particular drawing to 10. And if I work in night, I can like make 50 drawings per from day to night. I can make like 50 drawings, and from these sketches I collect one or two and post. I can make it like every day, but I need to see what exactly more rights to my emotional palette. And
Mm-hmm.
of course, I think about how I will work on more complex approach of technique in drawings. So I'm more into the artistical way, into the art form. It's not. I always tell people who like my art, I tell them this is not just a scary picture for Halloween. This is not a scary picture for, uh, you know, draw some kind of boogeyman. I want to create more complex stuff, and uh, if you want to say this, so I want that dark art will back to different kind of roots. So it's more complex and more difficult piece of genre than people think. So it's
Mm-hmm.
it's very not brief, not easy, but I hope I answer your question.
No, yeah, for sure. Yeah, for sure you did. Um, and since you talk about the importance of music with your art, is there ever a specific song or something that you've heard that influences what you draw? So like, yeah.
Well, of course I am. When I was in Ukraine, I don't have any possibility in original listen my music. For example, if you ask me how many albums I listen or what exactly for me it's more important, I told you that I'm a big fan of Gorgorod, and one of my before that or one of my favorite album and philosophy approach is Under the Sign of Sigil here. So I listen this music every day, probably,
Mm,
and this is my you know noise. I like black metal noise.
mm,
Sometimes I sketch too much and my arm like break and I just can do scratches. So
mm,
you can see why it's so many scratches is because my hand condition is not perfect and my limitation creates new technique.
mm, mm,
So and when I have so many people could try to imitate my art, but or ask me or wherever, and they ask me to teach someone, and I tell like it's a bad idea because in any form it's like it can be uh, uh, it's like a form of surviving. It's a form of limitation. I can guarantee that for you it will be perfect or for you it will be more good than for me. So I'm more into the classical form of drawing, and I like experimental stuff and I like all this, but I don't think that my drawing particularly is perfect for example, or for people who want to, you know, draw more good and be more professional. I don't think. I think it's kind of different, and of course I'm satisfied with my with my way, because of course you can be 100% be agree what you do, but in the end right now I'm kind of happy that I can you know turn my disability to form of art.
mm,
It's
mm,
like, yeah, it's like when you can imagine when you in a hospital and you're alone, and your communication between outside world is very limited, and wherever you're not, you need to somehow create language when you can communicate, for example, with yourself, not with outside world. It's like do something that somehow eliminate darkness in inside you. So like evil and darkness and evil in every form is evil, and they kill you from inside. And somehow to save myself, I need to throw my negative energy into the paper. So I believe this is very nice when you can do something like that. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's like black metal or heavy metal music have two sides of nature. You can throw evil stuff onto the people, or you can eliminate evil stuff inside of you. So I prefer second. I'm a very evil inside person, and I see my nightmares. But I believe you can, you can you can deal with your own demons and create some kind of good stuff.
Mm-mm-mm. Yeah, for sure, for sure. Um, yeah, so what do you think, for you at least, makes a good artwork, makes a good piece of artwork?
For me, it's very simple. I have my classical education. Uh, my mom find for me a drawing teacher, and he have um, his specific technique of home education and school education. So he have his own school, and I was like into the classical Russian drawing school, and even there I practice in classical. So for me, if you ask me what exactly for me, of course it's good technical aspects. So I prefer. I'm not so conservative, but at least I need to see good technical aspects in art, so I can like if person in some sense don't understand the whole aesthetic of, for me, for example, it's like a big taboo. So I need to, you know if you it's depend what exactly how you draw and what you draw. For example, I spent in art school 10 years, not 2 years or 3 years. 10, it's too much even. But if you don't have any, and I have like too many people tell me, well, uh, you can, what exactly you want, or can advise me, well, if you want to draw something or do something good, go to art school, or at least buy a book for yourself.
Mm,
You need like to create something, you need sacrifice. And I just want advice to young people who comment, and I won't draw like this, or I don't draw, or I won't draw like that. So my simple advice, what exactly will be for perfect drawing, is go to art school. If you can go to art school, spend your money for a good teacher, or at least for a good couple of books for this. Because for myself, I'm always have in college I have two books. It was Age of Resurrection.
mm,
It's a Italy book, like all this from Michelangelo to Leonardo, and then I have Giger. So it's like a mix of classical art and dark art. And yeah, of course, in art school I hide my Giger stuff, so it's like that.
mm,
But I'm always have in my mind. It was like a mix. And when I grew up more, for me, right now, for example, I'm a big fan of Norway depression and Norway. Uh, all Scandinavian artists like Edvard Munch, or
mm,
different. I like German depression, German dystopian depression, like Otto Dix and different stuff. So more. into the darkness, more into the dark stuff, and even maybe it will be humor or something like. Or right now I like Egon Schiele, his erotic drawings, yes. But of course I more prefer to the artist who can express something. It's not Picasso. It's not my stuff. I'm very conservative in a way of drawing, and I'm very open for different, if you in a genre. So uh, it's a very tricky for me as a person who just look at the art. It's very boring when I saw perfect technical skills. So as a just a simple person, I didn't like I didn't like it. But as a professional artist, uh, I like more. It's like a schizophrenia. I know. So it's like you both sides. Yeah, I don't like it. I don't like it. Picasso, for example, if I look at his technical approach, but I like his as an artist and different. My teacher was like that. He was very conservative and very open.
Mm-mm.
It's like, and I believe in every teacher like that. You can, for example, if young people ask me, and they will keep on ask me, what exactly you need to do to create your own style. It's like never, never read too much books about art themselves, about read or know about technical skills. It's more technicals books give you more opportunity than your, you know, yeah, than
Yeah.
different.
Right, right. Okay. And with that one teacher you mentioned, um, were you able to share your interest in Giger and artists like that?
I never was able to show this interest, and when I was in my country, it will always depress if I just somehow I show him, or he find this book. It's called Arf Plus, I believe. It was
Mm-mm.
a small book from Germany, and I in the beginning never have opportunity to meet with Giger or be in Switzerland,
Mm.
and it will be in the future. It will be in the future. My first, if you read my interview, I told that my first appearance as an artist, and it was like I meet with the Giger himself in person. But before it was taboo, and my teacher was just to take a look at this and throw away this book into the window. So it was like he just never understand all this. So, and I was like hide everything. So my first drawings, it was more classical, like Greek gods and Greek philosophers. Like my my diploma work was Alexander the Great, portrait of Alexander the Great, and all this. So I never have you know opportunity to show my portfolio, and I believe if I show my portfolio, with disability, with my disability, I was for everybody, like you know not not pleased. So I was erased as a disabled person. And if I, in my position, show drawings like that, well, very easy. It was like the guys, he just insane and don't care. And I believe if I go step forward and go into very serious in this direction, and it will be more problem for me. So I never show anything, and I believe I never treat myself so seriously to show people something. It was like later it was Mebius, later it was heavy metal comics, but I never show anything like that anyone. It was only my personal experience, and After when I finished my college and was alone without, you know, any form of communication or something, I was more into myself, more into the isolation. So and there I somehow created my own style, but no, I never have any. That's why I don't like it when people tell about his dark past. Somebody, some from the artist, someone in the artist, some artists tell that you never be uh, famous or accepted in your own place. So
Mm-mm.
it was in my case it was like that. I never was comfort. I always tried to hide. It was my, you know,
Mm.
and I never even dream about that. I have my own book somehow.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
totally.
I was very close to any form of depression because, for example, right now I don't like to work in desk for hide new portfolios and never show anyone and anywhere. For me, it's a big depression. I'm a big fan of shows, and I don't care about if I sell some art or not, because
Yeah.
in many cases it shows you that you alive. So it's a tricky. Artists don't like society, and artists somehow always try to escape from society. But on the other hand, artists need people. So
Yeah, it's very true. Um, and um, so when you were in school, were you doing this style of artwork that you're or something similar to that on the side, or was it just strictly um, the Greek style and things like that?
I never draw anything like from my albums in my school. I'm just only was into the classical form,
Okay.
and I was very disciplined in this case because for example, I have some kind of fanatic experience in some sense because uh, I don't have any possibility to communicate with outside world. So if I finish my art school and go, outside, I don't see anything. So I was into the art like crazy. I even sleep there
Mm.
from behind my easel, behind all this. I just sleep there. So I can like easy, not even go to my home. So I was such insane because I even I even think for myself, okay, if I finish these drawings, what next? So in the beginning, I never work with pen or ink. In the beginning, I very long time, like I work charcoal pencil and soft pencil, charcoal pencil and soft pencil. So I can like draw some line, then move, and again draw some line, then move. I finish when I have like deep damage, so I even can repeat myself and can move forward in these drawings because paper was completely damaged, and I just changed for another one. So it was like, and right now why I work very fast is like my record. I work like I can finish, I believe, for 10 seconds something.
Mm-mm.
And but every day I spend hours and hours. And you know if like phone not ring or people don't tell me anything, I can stop when my uh just papers finished. So it's like, for me, it's main. It's if I see that I don't have any paper, then I stop. This is so I'm very insane in this direction. Yeah.
Mm,
In college, it was like more, you know, drawings of young person, not so, not so focused and not so professional, I believe. But right now, I try to draw more and more
mm, mm, mm.
and more correct, not only, you know,
Yeah, not only what?
not only made a brief sketches, but
Mm,
create drawing in this sense. So in every sketches, I have some form of, how we say, some form of reality, some form of movement, for some sort of good good professional drawing.
mm, mm, mm.
And believe me, in the case of good professional drawings, it's like infinity. I'm always not satisfied, and I always know that in this particular drawing I can more complex and can more different and made more good. So it's never done. It's never done. It's like infinity. You can work for forever.
Yeah, 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 um, yeah. I had a thought not too long ago. I guess when we started talking a little bit on Instagram, I remember like hearing. I don't know if it was a rumor or not, but that there might be a documentary about you. Is that true or?
Documentary. Well, I plan, of course, in the future, if I have so documentary about me, black and white. But it's like, you know, I don't want to create another one documentary that it will be very simple or very similar to different documentaries. And it's like it's need to find a right place, right time, and, for example, good screenplay, I believe. If not be so ambitious, but yeah, I hope I will plan in the future. But right now I'm more into focus on shows more than this. Of
Yeah.
course I have, but I can't tell you more, because, if you always like that. You just plan something, and all the year or all the months or plan change, and you never know.
Mm,
50% of your imagination never work. You can try to do something, but it's never be done. It's like the idea work. Of course, I'm what exactly every artist is afraid is a, um, white piece of black, white piece of empty blanket.
mm,
Always, he need to he need to try to somehow create from all this white, a drawing. And this is a very quick between idea and drawing. It's like a 1 second. And believe me, in art world is everything like that. And of course, to push more forward, you need to money, and you need to collect money. And you know right now it's a big problem. And I believe it's not right time for this. I don't know. I'm just, all my power of my health is going into the art, and I'm very tired. In the end, it's like, in the end of week, I just feel myself exhausted.
mm, mm,
Sometimes when I work, I can work, uh, you know one day without sleep, and then other day I sleep full day
Oh,
and wake up another day,
oh wow.
especially Friday or Saturday. So I wake up only on Monday.
So that's your that's your working habit. That's like what you do all the time.
Well, I try to not to do this, but
Hmm.
you know, I never. That is a problem. I never, have only one drawing. I have a list of different stuff, and I need to finish it, and I need to, you know, and I can like wake up in the night with a cold wet, and oh my god, I forgot draw this one and this one. Yeah.
Hmm.
And when you work with the labels, when you work with the bands, they always want not only one or three drawings, they want like a huge list,
Yeah, yeah,
and you need like create like 10 or 12. And most importantly, I have like gigantic sheet of papers, and uh, every label and every band member want this one drawing exactly. But believe me, I even if somebody total me and tell me where exactly this art, I can find it. So for me, more easy to draw another one than try to look at the old one. So I'm always into the process. I
hmm.
never stop. It's like, and of course it's good for you know for your professional skills, because for professional artists it's much more depressive and difficult is stop. If you stop, you never be the same. Believe me, drawings is a process. The young people, many of young people tell me, well, my drawings is not work, my drawings not a perfect, or any art form, I don't know. If you want read the song, you need practice. If you want made good drawings, you just need to draw. My teacher was like that. My drawings not work. Okay, draw another day, draw another day, draw another day. It's like to draw a human head. You need to finish 100 sketches, I believe. In art school, to finish good Greek head or Greek portrait someone, you need to begin from one drawing, and at the end of the year you need to finish at number of thousand. So you every day you go, and when people see my works and how it's more like perfect. But yeah, I work hard, and believe me, if I have some kind of result and stop in this direction and stop in this spot for like for week, so I'm never I always afraid to stop drawing,
Hmm.
because it's infinity. You always need to, you know you
Yeah.
you you can stop only when you die. So this is yeah, this is a yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Um, also, well, so do you still have that affinity for that classical style? Um, or is that more so that interest in that work is more so gone, would you say?
No, it's like a mix. It's like not very detailed. I mean, uh, I'm more respect to people who, how we say, create neoclassical work. So it's like a mix,
Mm.
and to very start to very new. It's a very nice people, but it's like unusual, like very unnatural. But I believe um, you can plan do something, but at last when you create your own style, it's like some different creature live in you, inside of you, like you, I don't know, some different person, and they create your own vision and own approach.
Mm-hmm.
You can control this one. You think you control the whole process, but in the end, you understand that somehow, you know, you spontaneously do this one or this one. I never, I never, you know, it's very look like when you close a look at your old drawings after when time passed. So I don't like it to look at my old portfolios, but because in some sense I don't understand how I create this one and where I find inspiration. So you know, when I understand my difference between all these artists, because for different people they can describe anything, and they can describe such emotion as pain. So they can. It can be like something, but and I have like thousand and thousand drawings that express one feeling. Or the same I can tell you about demons. I don't know how I create them.
Mm.
I don't know. It's like one of my first demon you can find on internet was created when I sleep or something. So it's like
Uh,
very mystical stuff. And this mystical piece of creativity made this.
mm-mm.
So you can I can even describe how it works. So I can, you know, right now I'm into the more classical style or kind of mix of classical style, and then I create something in this process very different. I don't know. I'm not a musician, but it's like a music. You have your note palette, but you
Yeah.
in a process you change everything.
Right.
It's it's very look like more not even um, not even classical music, but it's look like electronic music. You always have in your mind some kind of simple. It's only for me. It's like a colors. I I I I have. I will tell you this in because of different surgeries and defect of my uh, vision. I don't see the whole deep of blackness. I see more, how to say, even in pitch black, I see uh, the palette of gray color.
Mm.
And this is like not only two or one, I have, different time of colors. And if I use color, you can see that I use contrast color. So if I use red, it will be more red and white. And if I use black, it will be black and red, but not complex palette because I don't see any complex palette. It's like reflection. It's like reflection. I see color when I try to make move of brush. That's all. And in this moment, I see reflex, but I don't see the whole color
Mm-mm.
palette in a list. It's very unusual and very strange because I'm not a daltonic. I see colors, but when I start, it's like I see only black and white color. It's like
Okay.
spontaneously.
Mm.
I don't know. Maybe because of cerebral palsy. I don't know. I have different stuff, and of course, my surgery, my all this stress, intensive care when I was in intensive care after surgery, because I lose a lot of blood.
Mm-mm.
I believe it was reborn. It was different person. I
Oh.
was different person. I born again, and this in this period of time when I sleep and wake up, you know, it was a different, just like a blow.
Mm-mm.
And I see this piece of damage and piece of inspiration in every drawing that I do, even in small sketches.
Do um do you see that as um important to your work that you say you have these flashes of only seeing black and uh gray. Is that um
Is that for my art? So
yeah, like
yes, yes, of course, because uh, and every different student and every different person who work in art in my school, they just need to have, if not big palette of colors, but simple type of color, and to somehow try to have movement in your composition. And for me, it's not only like black and white, it's like white, gray, and thousand gray colors palette. So I
mm,
saw like that. I never say, even if I in one black room without light, I see gray. Yes, this is for my drawings. And if you take a look, I never use black, full black, deep color. You will see gradient. So it's need to just look at the not only one time, but it's like you can see type of movement in
mm.
my drawings and color palette. Yes. Yeah, I more use color, gray color mostly, but it's more heavy gray.
Right, right. No, yeah,
Not
there is a yeah, a wide array of gradients, yeah, throughout your work. And when you and that's actually one thing that really strikes me about your work is when you look at a piece of your work, it looks like it's moving almost. Um, so
Yes, of course. I try to show, all this. You know, of course I use cane, but I barely walk bad, and it's kind of emotion when I want to escape. You know, I always try to escape. It's always like a stress. It's like a form of stress. And in every art, and I just want to tell any young people who begin with this, art it's never be, uh, especially professional art, it's never be fun.
mm,
I draw for fun. It's not a fun. You can do, you know, you can relax and be happy because you just move a heavy, heavy rock, or try to push a heavy rock in a different place, or do something hard work. It's not a happiness, and you need to realize it as a very hard work and heavy work. And for me, that's why I can use a big size of
mm,
work. In the beginning in the college, I used to work to, to make good exam of my work. I working for big sizes, and I even, text about it that it's dependent what exactly you do. It's never good, when it's big. It can be very small but very effective. You can take a look at the Goya, for example, a Spanish artist.
yeah.
His drawings, he can create big one creation, but I more respect him and adore because of his black and white works.
Mm.
Same with me. I can work with big sizes because I believe I just, for example, I just, you know, can do this, and in the end, I just blind very fast because, I need to see the whole picture, and I stop in one direction. So I need to see small version of me. It's more look like a comics where
Mm.
when you need to put pages in in not big size of paper. For me, it's something like that. So I need to focus on this one.
Yeah, yeah. Mm.
And I never, like I said before, focus on pitch black. It's never pitch black. It's a different form of deepness. And in the whole world, it's very couple of people can do this. It's a very unique. It's a very unique
Yeah.
type of technique, and people, I work for this effect of drawings every day, every 10 or 12 minutes.
Mm. Mm.
Spending this, I never stop. It's like even I drink coffee before I started, I prepare my hand that of course have paralyzed because I can like simple hold my cup or do something. I need to always prepare my hand
Mm. Mm.
to create portrait, to create something. That's why I never made those videos about, because I never know about my condition. Like we have conversation before, and I don't know when I will be good or bad. So I have, you
Yeah.
know, even for me, hard to talk, have have conversation. For me, it's very difficult. That's why I think my drawings is unique, because I need to every day overcome myself.
Mm. Mm.
This is not just and this is not a drawing just a disabled person. This is a very professional drawings. This is not hectic.
Yeah.
This is not chaos. This is so I try to in this chaos, you know, perform art, not just.
Yeah. No, your work is definitely it's very consistent. The yeah, the technical detail and all that. It seems very to me it always seems very um like you've meant it. It doesn't seem like an accident, at least like when I think that's one aspect that kind of drew me.
Yeah, yes, and all these people who want to imitate me, or people who made different kind of stuff and want work in this sense, they just try to, you know, uh, be in this, you know, condition, uh, create scratches without meaning, just scratches for scratches, and uh,
Yeah.
just to draw another one boogeyman. I'm not into this. I'm not in the simple of my work. I'm more into the complex. So and I believe that most of these people, most of these artists, they not, they not think seriously about dark art, like approach. They not think about seriously. They just
Yeah.
think about scary Halloween picture for they live like from September to October. So, and they, okay, this is my time. I will. No, it's like a very deep, and I think why they limitate themselves in this is this direction, because you can, you know if you cross this line, you understand for yourself this is very destructive force. to think about it, all the time. So people can, for example, even for myself, recently I started, very scared, I'm very scared of horror films for myself. It's very strange, yes. So I'm always draw in this direction, and I'm scared from horror films. But yeah, I can. And this because I'm always in this. And the same with the music. I never listen any new album, like Focus or something, to create. I even opened the secret. To create a cover, I need like first 10 minutes of first track. Like it's a very quick. And when I finish all my works, then I listen this album and understand, okay, I made my special choice. So I'm think about right. I don't know how it's important, and I don't know how it works, but I see drawings before it will be finished already, from very beginning to very end. So I don't have this one. I feel more. It's like a mystical force inside.
Yeah.
I don't know how it will be. I don't know. I can tell you that I'm not, like all these people who don't know. I for example, if speak short, I'm always don't have any lack of inspiration. I'm always in this, it's never ending story, and I never have problems with inspiration. Never. Every my new day, it's a new idea. I never have this. And I will suggest any young new beginners in this one, if you want fix something in your style or particularly your inspiration, just never stop. Because in a process you always will find a way and always have an answer to everything you do. Because when you stop, it's just they don't give any results.
Great. Yeah. Yeah, it's very inspirational. Um, yeah, I just had I had a also this question in the back of my mind for a while. How many drawings would you say you do in a day?
Uh,
If you could put.
if I plan, usually I work sketches. Sketches is like depend what kind of paper I have and how many paper I have, and depend about my condition. It's like it can be 10 drawings per day, and this is a like 1 hour, 3 hour, or it can be 50 drawings per day. It depends what exactly you do. But when I have all this hectic schedule, my teacher told me, you have such type of rule. It's a rule not called you can do wherever you want, walking, breathe, drink coffee, do wherever you want. But you need to draw every 10 minutes, small sketches, every 10 minutes. In college when I work like every two hour. So 10 minutes, 10 minutes, 10 minutes, 10 minutes, and then hour. Then it's finished.
Wow.
And right now, of course, I don't have, clock behind me. And for me, 2 hour, it's not enough. It's dependent what result I want. In a process, when I feel that my condition is not good for this day, I'm not even started. So I just not move in this direction. But if I have idea, if I have this, I can. Well, usually my record was 2 days without sleep, and I
Mm-hmm.
finish when I, you know, for this 2 days I have 500 drawings. But I don't like it to repeat this experiment because in the day you can just lose your mind. Yes, I draw a lot. I draw
Yeah.
a lot. It's like, you know, I'm for me every drawing is like a try to escape, a try to run. You run
Mm-hmm.
when like I too many time I live. For example, my body is like a prison. I live in a prison. Even I even I can be a 100% disabled person, but I can be, normal because I have cerebral palsy. And this is like everything that I do in my life. I try to escape from this situation.
Mm-hmm.
Some fans and people always ask me about the style. Well, that's why I, call my style sketches of pain, not sketches of light,
Right, right.
because I, you know, and let me be clear. People ask me why, all this darkness, why dark, why darkness, why green, why to be gray or something like that, and I don't have an answer. But only I can tell you that even the sunlight, right, right now it's a sun,
Yeah.
and white clouds and all this. Even in light day, I feel so many darkness and so many depression that
Yeah.
I even can scream. It's like maybe every artist feel. So the
Mm.
darkness for me and night, it's more, you know not normal, but again it's my habitat more than for different people. I'm very green person, and
Mm.
the light that suffocate me, and sometimes I just ask myself, can I do it more? And like for example, right now I don't like it. A rain. I don't like Los Angeles rain. For
Mm.
me, it's depression too. So I don't know. I always like source of darkness for myself. I'm never. You know, I can be very positive and can be smile, and I can be very friendly. I'm always very friendly. But on the other hand, I'm always feel this, you know, uh, suffering. Maybe it's before. Maybe it's memory from my past. You know, it's never leave you. It's
Yeah.
like you always again and again have this complex experience that you have in your past. And in some sense it's very good that they have some relief stuff, and so I can draw it, not hold it in myself. I even don't see dreams where I you know my dreams is just pitch black. Giger told that he have complex dreams and fantasies. I don't have such stuff. I just sleep, and when I sleep, I turn off. I don't. I don't express anything. I don't feel anything except feeling of terrible anxiety and fear and
Mm.
you know, it's like a experience of heavy and dark that you can express and only draw. I don't know how it's like. I even sometimes I don't know how to describe it, and I'm very happy that I can draw it. If I can tell you, so I can. Once I even told, so my suffering was so deep and so complex that it can be used for words. You can use just simple words to describe what I feel, and you can,
Mm-hmm.
it's like it's very similar to taxi driver, but
Mm-hmm.
if I'm not moved from my place, if I'm not moved from to Los Angeles, maybe I'm going crazy feeling something like that. Because you need to you need well we artists we I hope I can play with all these emotions so they not kill me. But it's a very dark energy. I must say, it's not simple. It's
Yeah.
not. It's not for you know. I don't suggest I don't suggest every person start art without any courage and without any specific plan to do this. You know, a lot of people can just imitate emotions and not to do is directly, and it can be west in many ways. But yeah, I can tell you that I can live without it because it's my expression, and the other hand, I can tell you that it's a very positive stuff. Sometimes you deal with very emotional aspect
Mm-hmm.
that you can describe. It's like all these drawings of hospital. So I remember this. I don't like it to draw this. I don't like to back to this, but somehow when I take a look at all these drawings around me, I understand and I realize that these are imprinted pictures of myself and my emotions that I was experiencing in hospital in my past. It's like unstoppable machine.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to do this. I don't want to think about this. And yeah,
Yeah, of course. Yeah, well, um, yeah, I would just like to end, I guess, now with question, what's new on the horizons for you as an artist?
right now, what I exactly plan?
Yeah, what do you plan?
Oh, I just like to exhibit my art in Inferno Festival. It's a metal festival in Oslo, Norway.
Mm-hmm.
It will be in April,
Oh,
and it will be, I believe, new books, covers, covers of books, and different metal albums. It
mm-hmm.
will be like mostly black metal, and I believe maybe it will be drawn or electronica, dark electronica. But I focus more on shows and shows in Europe, not Los Angeles right now.
Mm-hmm.
That's all I believe.
Okay. Yeah, well, yeah, it's been great talking to you. Um, yeah, really interesting talk, I think. Um, so thank you everyone for watching, and check out Stan's art on his Instagram at StanDarkArt. Okay, thank you everyone. Before you click out of this video, there will be a GoFundMe account linked in the description for Stan. He is in need of a new home because of his condition, having cerebral palsy. So please donate if you can. and also his website where you can buy his book will be in there, and his Instagram where you can look at his art daily. Anyway, so thank you for watching, everyone.